the best weather to go junking.
Although it looks like it might be clearing out. It's raining pretty good right now, but the sun's coming out.
Let's see what the sunroof says. The sunroof says it's raining. We're headed up to Bountiful today. We're gonna be picking up a buffet. It's a nice gray day in Bountiful. Bountiful gets a lot more rain and snow than we do where we live, so it's super green pretty much starting in about March and last all through the summer. So I totally forgot to film loading it because the lady that we bought it from had the cutest kids ever, and so of course I had to talk to him, but I'm kind of obsessed with this piece. It's solid wood, like solid wood. The way they've pieced it together is amazing. Little notches here and there. I love the hardware. It's a newer piece, but I think painted, it's gonna look really great and fit in with the style of our house. Even the bottom, solid wood.
So we're gonna try out the Bountiful DI. I don't think I've ever been to this one, but it's right up here on the side of the mountain and it's gorgeous right here. Do those green crocs have all their spoons? Do all of them have the spoons?
Oh, they do, and I like the color. That's a good one. Good job.
I think this guy here is gonna come home. $1. You know, a collection of old silverware is always great, but sometimes you find stuff like this back up in here.
Does anybody need a horse spoon?
I think so.
I mean, can't live without that.
Wood section. Oh yeah, that's good too. Are you grabbing that popcorn bucket?
Yeah, it's popcorn on one side, farmhouse on the other.
We've got a large selection of furniture here at this one, and a chest.
How does it open?
Does it open? Can you open it?
Oh.
Well, it opens in the front.
It's front open, so you can put a TV on it. And
$25?
I don't know. Where are we gonna put it?
Yeah, I don't know.
We already got that big piece of that.
It's a good buy, but I don't think we have a place for it right now. That old desk is cool. Yeah, I can get that in the truck. I'll just put it on top of your thing.
All right, I like it.
Okay, how much is it?
$30. It's cute the way it is.
So the question is, how do I get this desk home with this monstrosity? I think I'm just gonna strap it right down there on the top and use the tarp to keep it from rubbing up against each other. We'll see. We're going to a couple of thrift stores, so this may look pretty precarious by the time we're done. So while I was loading up the desk, Jamie went back in to go to the bathroom and, you know, just naturally picked up some more stuff.
Thank goodness for Apple Pay because I didn't bring my purse in because I wasn't planning on shopping, but I found an aisle we didn't go down. So I'm glad I went back. So one of my favorite things about this Goodwill is they organize things by color, and so I'm gonna film this so that way Lolly can see it, because here's the orange section.
So I found one in my aisle, and Jamie found one in her aisle.
Twinners!
A little bit different, but, you know, going down the glass aisle separately. Well, check out that rooster up above you there. What's he doing with his hand?
Ice bucket, isn't it?
Oh, he's got a welcome on it.
Welcome, rooster. What do you think about this? Hold on.
It just looks like glass. It's pressed. I mean, it's all right.
Is this crystal?
That looks like it's crystal.
Oh yeah, this looks like crystal. And they know it too.
Put it back quick.
Let's go back.
So I was liking this too, but I don't know about that for $6. Maybe if the blue tags are half off. Is that marble? What
No,
are
it's like ceramic.
Are these palm trees? I'm gonna have,
Step away from the palm
I'm
trees.
gonna have to pass on the palm trees.
I'll pass on these two. Like I could make them cool, but they seem like hard work.
It's got all your little collectibles and Christmas stuff. Anything good? What about that? How much is that?
$8. That's on the high end.
Yeah, what about that big candlestick?
Wait, is this? Whoa!
Is it heavy?
Yeah, it's $20.
$20. All right. You need a Christmas goose? Is that a goose? I'm not sure what that is.
Yeah, I don't know. If there was another one of those bookends.
Yeah, those would be cool. It's only one though. It looks like someone's hit it with something.
It's kind of bright, but
Is it orange or red?
it's like orange and blue. And I like this one too. I'm gonna get them.
Okay.
Never pass up the bag wall. Look, copper cookie cutters.
What about these? Are these brass?
No,
Too modern, huh?
past that. Thrifting is done. So we're back at home finishing up our finds from Saturday's thrift haul. We're gonna drop the link below if you haven't seen that so you can watch all the stuff in action. These are all the things that need to get painted.
Gonna start out with a little bit of salt wash. We like to do the salt wash on stuff that's shiny, ceramic, things like that, because it sticks so well when it's added with the paint.
So weathered wood and salt wash. Oops, and there's some on that area.
That's okay. I have gravel road out. This is in DIY paint. I'm just gonna start painting this little deer and gravel road it. We might do some other stuff, but I honestly think that like some of the brown coming back through the gravel road is gonna be just fine, but we'll see.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Chicken is giving birth to an egg out there. So salt wash, you do 1 part salt wash to 1 part weathered wood. You mix.
All right, so when we saw this deer, we're like, you know what? Someone put some transfer something sticker on the butt, and then the pink ears were a little bright for the brown tones, and the eyes, you know, hand painted, not a big deal, looks kind of cutish, but we're gonna take it next level.
Next level.
Or we're gonna paint it gray, and you decide if it's next level.
It could be same level of equal value.
It's the next level down, the next level up, not sure.
I feel like it needs some glitter.
The deer?
I
We're gonna
love
holiday the deer out with the gray?
Glitter can be used year round.
Can it?
Yeah.
I don't know. Comment below if you're a year-round glitter user.
I'm not gonna get glitter because I don't have any currently. But how can I be a proper crafter without glitter? I don't know. Helps if you take the sticker off.
Sometimes.
Ta-da! To find the paint products that we're using today for your own thrift store makeovers, visit JamiRayVintage.com, your one-stop shop for all your boutique DIY paint and products.
1 coat of paint on it. You can see it's kind of streaky. I love the DIY paint. We call it paint slapping around here. You literally can just, first coat, just throw it on there, just get it on. On something like this that's got a lot of edges and organic shape to it, I'm not worried about straight brush strokes. I'm just getting the first coat of paint on there, and then I'm gonna bring the other coat of paint back on and do the same thing, and that's gonna give it a bunch of fun texture.
So with these frames, I'm gonna paint them pink, and then we're going to be putting some book pages inside on some cardboard, I think.
Yeah, so we've got this old book, it's falling apart, it's got water damage on it. And
Pages are stuck together.
Yeah, it's got nursery rhymes in here though, and we're gonna do something fun with that in these frames. So 14.
I'm gonna paint these blue iris.
By 11, we'll do it. Okay, I'm gonna go get you a couple squares of cardboard.
Thank you. All right, Zeb's cutting that. I'm gonna flip the camera down and show you what I'm doing. I'm painting this frame in the gravel road. One of our tips is pick a few colors and stay with it. So I have like some really thick, crusty kissing booth that didn't have the lid going on. And I had some thick petticoat pink. And I mixed in some white swan, and I'm gonna take all 3 of these leftover kind of crunchy colors, and I'm gonna make a new pink. So I have just enough to do these frames.
What happens when you get to the last of all the jars?
Right? This is what happens when you don't put lids on your jars very good.
Actually, it's kind of a cool blended look.
It's a cool blended look because I didn't bother to mix it up all the way.
Okay, so we've got the pages we want, and we're just gonna set them on here. It's less about the actual nursery rhyme and more about the picture on some of these. I've got DIY liquid patina. Just gonna put some on here. I don't want it too thick because it might do funky things to the cardboard if I get that cardboard too wet. So I'm gonna put it on here pretty light, and we'll see how it goes, see what happens.
And I want it to be like wrinkly and old, which is gonna be perfect.
Yeah, we do want the wrinkly and old look, so we're just going with that. All right, second coats are going on. This is one coat. You can kind of see the brush strokes a little bit, a couple spots where I missed, a couple little drips that I'm gonna smooth out right now, but looking pretty good. It looked streaky when we started, but now that it's dry, it's looking great.
The other day we had to empty out our white swan because I needed it for a Waste Not Wednesday. So there's white swan in this jar, just trust me on that. These canisters are dry. They look like old mud jars the way that I brush them, because I brush them one direction and then I brush them the other direction. And I've seen where they go part of the way up with a different color paint, but they hand brush it so that way it's not like perfect. So I'm gonna come in here with the white swan. Hopefully I can hold my hand steady and get a line going, and then I'll paint the bottom. Okay, so that's mostly even.
Just don't spin the jar fast and you'll be fine.
It's fine, it doesn't have to be perfect. Old pottery was never perfect. And we're gonna distress it and bring back some of that darker texture anyways.
Also painting the knob, eh?
Does that look weird?
I kind of think I liked it better with just
me too.
With just the is that prairie gray or weathered wood? That's weathered wood.
Weathered wood. It's all right. That's why it's just paint.
And 1, 2, 3 fixed.
I liked it better before, so I just paint it over the top. It's fine.
So we wanted to paint all of these blue iris pieces a little bit more, give them something a little extra. I'm gonna experiment with my whitewash that I did, was it a week ago on the clock? So all I did was get some paint on my brush. We got some white swan here, and then just dip it in water. This is just straight up warm water. It could be cold, it doesn't matter. That's just what came out of the tap. And I'm gonna brush this on real light. And then we'll see what we get on the top. And we might do it to the rest of these pieces. We wanted to see what it looked like on the box first. The piece has detail, but it's flat. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give it a real heavy distress and see what it looks like.
So I'm using 220 sandpaper, and because of the texture of the salt wash, we're bringing back that dark color underneath. I sanded too far. I don't want the shiny to come through, so now I gotta redo that area, but everywhere else is good. So I'm just gonna wet distress to bring back some of that pink and also bring back some of the dark.
Going on with some DIY clear wax on this frame, and then once that's done, you can see that we've still got some paint on the mirror part. What's gonna happen with that is I'm just gonna razor blade that off after I'm done waxing. And you can see this taking the wax here. That's gonna lighten back up when it's dry.
Wet distressing is continuing. I'm bringing back some of that darker blue iris. I can't see what I'm doing, so hopefully that looks good. This one, in addition to bringing back that blue iris, we've also got that gold coming out, which is really cool. This is where the texture is really important. If you were using a paint that didn't have so much texture, you would not get the highs and lows in the brush stroke and the wash. So DIY paint is definitely the winner for this look. I'm really focusing on the edges, like places it would naturally wear, and the hardware.
The decoupage book pages on cardboard turned out good. So I'm just gonna slide this up in here, press it down in the corners. And now I'm just gonna hot glue the corner here so it doesn't want to pop out on me. And I'm not gonna do more than the corner. I think it'll be fine. It's just cardboard. I want the end user to be able to get it out someday if they need to. Very satisfying to clean a mirror up.
Okay, we've got dark wax on here. This has a lot of age in it, and so this is just too clean, too pink, too white. We can't have it looking so clean. So we're gonna make it look a little bit dirty. And I'm gonna get a little bit on the piece so that way we can age that so it matches. And then we're just gonna pull it back.
So we had a lot of wax on here, but I wiped it back pretty good, and it was before it had cured. So we've got a bunch of dark wax where we don't necessarily want it. It's more than we want. So just clear wax is what's on this brush here. I'm coming back through, and I'm just gonna kind of smear it around a little extra so it gets where we do want it instead of wasting it. And then Jamie's gonna wipe that back, and we should get the look we want.
We'll see. Yeah, they're much better. So I want it to hang down in the nooks and crannies and look aged, not like somebody took and rubbed mud all over it.
One of our favorite things to do is take stuff that's destined for the dump. A lot of these didn't even sell at yard sales and ended up at a thrift store, and we just took them and made them into fun new treasures and updated them with a little bit of paint.
I like to make them look older than they actually are and give them new life. So I'm always exploring like new techniques. Hands down, this one's my favorite.
That's the winner this week.
This was inspired by French comfy pots. I think that's what it was. I spent a lot of time on Pinterest looking up like old finishes, and I found something very similar, but they were yellow on the bottom. And I like this new like muted white and gray tone with all this yummy texture. And what they looked like before wasn't very exciting. Definitely not any cottagecore farmhouse French country style that we love. Stay tuned because you're gonna get to see and meet our new sheep, Han and Chewy. Be sure to go to jrvhome.com. Some of these items haven't sold yet, so we'll drop the links below. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to Jami Ray Vintage for more
DIY. All right, first night in the pen. They've already soiled it. That's what they do. Got the hay over here in a fancy enamel bucket for now. We'll get them a good galvanized one that they can have in here and get them some good bedding. But hey guys, can you show me your face? Hey.
water maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, there he is. He's showing his face a little bit. Here, if I hold it, he'll come to it. Hay that's in your hand's better than hay that isn't. Yeah. Is that the good stuff? Nope. Oh, get it, Han, get it. You let it know who's boss. And there's Chewy. That's Han. That's Chewy.
Water.
And I haven't hooked up their automatic water, so Jamie thinks they need this inside. We're actually gonna put them inside for the night because, you know,
It's getting windy.
we got storms coming.
We got the roof on just in time.